afternoon and welcome to CBJ Insight. I'm Kelly Burnett Thomas.
And I'm Maisie Jones. For Mental Health Awareness Week, we have sent our reporters to cover all kinds of issues surrounding your mental health. During this programme, you will find out how your diet affects your mental health and well-being.
From drugs, alcohol and exercise, we will show how you can have a healthy mind and a healthy lifestyle.
So on the subject of food, isn't your 5-a-day recommendation now 10? That seems like such a lot.
In fact, you found that food does affect your mental health, didn't you? And Maisie has a report.
Eating a healthy, balanced diet could improve your mental health. According to the NHS, research shows that people who eat their fruit and veg are more optimistic. So why is it in the UK, 2/3 of the population don't eat their 5 a day?
Inconvenient, I suppose. Fresh fruit, veg, it's easier if you're like a fast food man like I am, don't get the chance ever. Never get the chance.
Healthy food seems so much more expensive than what junk food does, so obviously I'm a single parent, same as I say, so it's the easiest option.
And since we're students, we don't really get that much time to buy stuff.
I think it's difficult because at college they sell apples for 80p, so it's quite expensive. You put 20p more in, you can get a chocolate bar.
Incorporating fruit and vegetables in your diet has been shown to improve your memory. Spinach, peas, broccoli, artichokes and oranges are thought to be the most beneficial. Foods containing glucose will help your body concentrate and stay more alert. Deficiency in iron in your diet will prevent adequate oxygen delivery into the brain, causing laziness and poor mental performance. Good nutrition helps ensure a proper supply of blood gets to the brain. A heart-healthy diet will reduce the risk of a stroke. Lowering your intake of red meat and replacing it with fruit, nuts and oily fish are advised. But why is it there is still an issue linked between food and mental health?
So what's happening here is that students, people with mental issues, say, may not be eating a balanced diet, and that may have an impact on them. I'm not saying that all mental health is related to diet, obviously it's not. However, the two things can go hand in hand. So if you are unwell, if you are depressed, if you've got some mood disorders, you are less likely to eat a balanced diet because it takes quite a lot of effort. So you're more likely, perhaps, to eat pizza and chips and to have a Coke. The nutritional value of that is virtually nil.
New guidelines suggest everyone should be consuming at least 22 fruit and vegetables per week. So overcoming mental illnesses can start at home through what you eat. Maisie Jones for Insight.
Well, I can't believe oranges can improve my memory.
Some mental illnesses, though, are more than just making a few changes to your lifestyle.
Yeah, that's true. They can run a lot deeper than what you eat.
Here's Amber Spong to tell us some more.
Physical health begins with maintaining a balanced diet, as what you eat can directly impact your mental health. But mental health complications mean that for some, consuming the recommended daily allowance is not as simple. Body dysmorphic disorder, or BDD, is an anxiety disorder that causes a person to have a distorted view of how they look. It's estimated that up to 1 in every 100 people in the UK, both male and female, may have BDD. However, worryingly, this does not include those who suffer with the condition but hide it from others. I spoke to somebody who suffers with anorexia and BDD, however wanted to remain anonymous. An actor reads her statement.
For around 5 to 6 years, I have suffered with anorexia and body dysmorphia disorder. It started when I was about 14. It was hard for me because I had always dreamt of being a dancer, and it's a very appearance-orientated industry. And it was also difficult as I had a tough time with my family and home life. Food became the only thing I could control. It ended up taking a toll on me mentally.
What kind of things did you do, or methods did you take to try and lose weight?
Nowadays, everything's online, from forum sites and inspiration pages encouraging each other to fast, share extreme workout plans and tips and tricks to hide the illness. It just consumes you. And I did all of these things when I was 14 and 15, and now at 20 I'm still fighting this battle every day. If I could shut down every single forum and every inspiration website and ban all the pictures that have quotes like, "Nothing tastes as good as skinny feels," I would do it in an instant. Because I have been extremely thin, and I can tell you now it doesn't make you happy. Losing 5 pounds turns into 10, And one minute you think you have power over yourself, then it all spirals out of control. I don't think I will ever have a normal relationship with food, but that's okay because I'm slowly dealing with it. I work at it every day.
If you've experienced or are affected by any of the issues raised, fortunately there are many ways to get help. From your local GP, who can identify the disorder and refer you to a specialist, to charities such as BEAT, 165-day helpline. It's important to not feel alone and to know that help is always available. Amber Spong for Insight.
It's so important that everyone is aware that there are amazing resources and people available to help.
This is an issue that robs people of their happiness. But what can we do to make ourselves feel a bit better?
Well, it's a well-known fact that exercise releases endorphins, which helps promote a healthier and happier mind.
I don't know about you though, but I literally couldn't think of anything worse than going to the gym after a long day of work.
Well, Tiffany Higgins has the answer to all of our problems.
It's hard to find time to exercise when balancing a full-time job or just being a student. And we don't always feel like going to the gym after a long day's work. But there are ways to fit exercise into your daily routine. So it's really important we find time to get moving, especially at work. It increases brain performance and reduces risk of heart problems. If you just stand up for 10 minutes every hour, you will improve your metabolism and furthermore ability to stay within a healthy BMI index. The daily recommended step count is 10,000 steps, so just getting up and walking every so often can really improve your health. Keeping your blood flowing is a great way to break up the workday too, so why not give it a try today just for a few minutes? That's all from me, Tiffany Higgins for Insight.
Well, that was great, and we have Tiffany Higgins here with us at Insight.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
So, why are you with us today? What are you going to teach us?
Basically, I'm going to teach some exercises to get involved with when you're at the desk all day. So, the first one is just to hover over your seat. You can sort of do this for up to a minute.
How long should you hold this for?
Probably in any given time about 30 seconds, but a minute is probably the max.
A minute, okay.
Thighs.
Don't know if I can hold that for a minute.
The next one is if you introduce some weight. So sort of you can have water bottles that you'd find anyway in an office. So you can sort of use this for your arms and you can just raise it above your head if you feel like it. So one of you can grab the other one.
So what can people do if they don't work at a desk and they're standing up all day?
Yeah, if you're at home... if you're at home all the time, you can obviously, if you work from home, you can use the stairs or you can walk around the block near your local park, things like that.
Okay, cool. And why is it so important that people exercise?
Well, your metabolism naturally slows down if you're not moving enough. So, yeah, it's important that people find the time in the day, even if they're sat down to work out.
That's good. Well, I don't know if I'm going to be lifting up water bottles above my head, but your desk-size exercise was great. So thank you, and I think we've all learnt a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time, Tia.
Binge drinking is often a way for students to let their hair down, but it can disguise underlying mental health problems. Many students drink because they're stressed about being away from home for the first time and commonly suffer depression during exams. People with mental health issues in the UK are twice as likely to be heavy drinkers. Turning to alcohol may seem like a way to deal with stress, but it can actually increase the risks of a person feeling depressed, and that can lead to them making unfortunate decisions. Binge drinking is often related to sexually transmitted diseases and is most common in young adults. Casual sex can lead to STIs, increasing mental health problems. So the question is, should more be done to teach people on both mental and sexual health?
I think parents, it's about spending the time and having good quality conversations on a regular basis using current mediums like TV and social media to help explore the issues.
I think a lot of schools are doing it, as a lot of schools are actually paying attention and basically making it more aware. It's just the fact that there's plenty of schools that aren't, or teachers that aren't, so it needs to be more like checks.
I think parents need to get more involved, to be honest. I don't think it's the school's responsibility to teach their kids about sexual health.
Alcohol is also a major factor in most sexual assault attacks. In 81% of cases, both the victim and offender consume alcohol. Because of this, fewer people report their assault to the police, as victims are less likely to consider the experience as rape. The student health officer at Nottingham Trent University spoke about why it's so difficult for victims to come forward.
And I think it takes a lot of kind of guts in terms of coming forward, and because obviously sometimes it may relive the experience. Or I mean, some of the issues that we find is surrounded a lot around alcohol, that two people go back to a room and things happen and they can't remember giving consent, and then obviously there's an issue of what happens next, basically.
40% of women with a severe mental illness are victims of rape or an attempted rape. Sexual assault for men is also a problem, with male students being 5 times more likely to be a victim than non-students. And overall, approximately 70% of rape or sexual assault victims experience moderate to severe distress, leading to long-term mental health issues. Megan Hone for Insight.
Alcohol can add to your mental health problems. It can ruin your relationships too.
It's a depressant, isn't it? And not only is it dangerous to your health, it's also detrimental to your work life too. Harry Cobbold has more.
Alcohol abuse is a growing problem in Nottingham and the UK, with alcohol available cheaply and easily through off-licences and drink deals in bars. Nottingham, being a student city, has a large amount of bars and clubs, which offer students a lot of booze for small change. Alcohol is not only physically damaging, but can also damage an individual's mental health. To find out how and why, I spoke to Kieran Grant from Nottingham's Platform 1 Drink and Drug programme.
Well, alcohol is known to cause depression by depleting serotonin levels. So we know that most people, a lot of people are self-medicating in the UK with alcohol for the depression. But actually it's a vicious cycle and actually making the depression even worse. And what we do know as well, there's around about 80% of people in drug and alcohol services who have mental health problems. We need to treat the whole person, whereas there's been a lot of problems in the past where people have been kind of passing the buck. So some services would say go and sort your alcohol out first and then come back. Some people would say we can't take you because of the alcohol, and vice versa. Yeah. I don't want to help with my alcohol, I want to help with my mental health. However, what we're trying to do is get the correct support running side by side. So unfortunately, some of the services won't allow people who are problematic drinking to access their service. So what we have to do in the meantime is get the levels of alcohol to appropriate levels, and then we can work on the mental health as well. So it's running side by side. So the whole person working on mental health problem and an alcohol problem at the same time, and that's where I've found best results really. Anyway, well, they recommend limits of 14 units per week. What we see is there's no real safe level of drinking now. Guidelines have been revised, and it used to be lower risk, but there is lower risk drinking. So if you're drinking about 14 units, you shouldn't get any alcohol-related problems from that, which are the casual factor in 60 medical conditions. So anything over 14 units, things might start to go a little bit wrong for you.
More than 9 million people in the UK drink more than a daily recommended limit. In the UK, in 2014, there were 8,697 alcohol-related deaths. 27% of men and 19% of women gave alcohol as a reason for self-harming. 59% of those exiting alcohol treatment in 2014 were no longer alcohol dependent. If you want to avoid the issues alcohol can give, stick to the weekly recommended limit and enjoy alcohol in small doses. Harry Cobbold for Insight.
Alcohol isn't the only mask for problems. Prescription drugs are becoming an issue for people who are looking for a way out.
It's so easy now for people to pick up pills for short-term solutions. Nuna Hemipur has more.
Prescription drugs, friend or foe? Nearly half of adults in the UK take prescription drugs, but are they the answer? I asked a Nottingham Trent University student what it's like to take them.
When I went to the doctors, what I told them was that it felt like I was drowning and I couldn't keep up with everything, and not just stress, like how I was feeling as well. And the way she described it to me, she said that antidepressants, they're not going to make all your problems go away, but what she said was that if you feel like you're in a hole, it's going to help get you like head and shoulders above, so you can see that there is a way out, there is a nice life there, just to help you get a foot up in that, basically. I was going through a lot of family troubles, and I'm going through counselling right now, so I've not really found the cause of it yet, but we're working through it. I don't think that they're the answer. I think you definitely need to talk about the issues that you have. I think they're just a way to help, but I don't think you could combat depression without counselling.
But instead of relying on prescription drugs to combat depression, here are 5 things to help make you feel that little bit better. Eat more fruit and veg. Exercise more. Meditate. Doing yoga. It's been proven to help you feel more relaxed. Get an early night. There are many things you can do to improve your lifestyle. Maybe prescription drugs aren't the answer. Nuna Hemmett-Port for insight.
Depression is a massive issue which can sadly report in self-harming. The charity Harmless are working this week to spread awareness and get people talking more about the problem.
I know you've been looking into this, Kelly, so let's watch your report.
Self-harm is a serious issue that is being addressed this Mental Health Awareness Week. Although self-harm isn't a mental illness, it can be the result of depression, anxiety and low self-esteem. It's vital that this week people receive helpful information. There is so much information online to help people suffering with self-harm and mental health. It's such a taboo subject that we all really need to speak about it, and the more we speak about it, the more we can help. In 2016, NHS Digital released the figures of the number of under 18s who ended up in A&E due to a result of self-harming. Over 13,000 girls and 2,000 boys ended up in A&E as a result of poisoning. So this could be through painkillers, alcohol or illegal substances. And over 2,000 girls and 400 boys ended up in A&E as a result of cutting as their form of self-harm. There are so many websites online and numbers you can phone, so all you really need to do is have a look and speak to someone because that can really help. In Nottingham, you can get self-harm support from the charity Harmless. They offer face-to-face support with qualified therapists, as well as drop-ins, email and Skype support.
Harmless supports people that are experiencing self-harm, but it also supports family, friends, anybody that is affected by self-harm. So people can contact us on Facebook, Twitter, we've got Instagram. Contact us in any way, don't be afraid to speak out about what's going on.
Harmless stress how important it is to talk. This week, many businesses are teaming up with Harmless to do workshops to help promote mental well-being. Lush partnered with Harmless to make bubble bars as self-care is so important.
So Harmless got in touch with us and told us about the 10-year anniversary, and we've done a lot of events in the past with mental health groups, and obviously Lush is very ethics focused and charity focused, so any sort of as a massive company, it's a big impact for a grassroots charity to be able to have a company work with us and do something really fun and different. I think everyone has someone in their life that mental health affects, even if you don't know it, and I think it's just a really important deal. And it's just great to raise awareness and normalise it and not discuss it as if it's some sort of horrible alien thing, when if it's just something to get people talking about it.
Harmless are holding events until Friday the 12th of May, so take the time to relax and take care of your mental health. Fortunately, there are lots of people who dedicate their time to improving other people's lives.
Gemma Donaldson visited a mental health charity in Nottingham.
Health Awareness Week began yesterday and finishes on the 14th of May. This aims to promote the facilities and support that many establishments offer for those struggling with mental health issues. There is lots of information available to access through the forms of websites and leaflets, such as those from the Samaritans group. A huge part of supporting these issues is rehabilitation. I took a look at some of the facilities and places that people can gain this help from in Nottingham.
We're a charity, it's the public kind donations that help fund our service. And we're seeing an increase in recent times with people with mental health issues, which we are not equipped to treat them, but we're there to listen and hear what they're saying, which we hope will help them face life as they know it.
Whilst the Samaritans are a talk-based group, there are lots of other stimulating and engaging facilities in Nottingham. The Nottingham Recovery College is based in Mapley on Portchester Road.
Hello, my name's Ian. I'm a peer trainer at the Nottingham Recovery College. It's been going for about 6-7 years now. I was a student back in the day and now I'm a peer trainer. The college has helped me to develop my self-management skills, build my resilience, and to help me become a confident person and get a job out of this.
The college aims to teach people skills to manage their physical and mental health, hoping to allow attendees to reach their full potential and achieve the goals they want in life. The college also has links with Nottingham Trent University, as students usually have a lot to cope with and need the extra support.
Cover area is living with a long-term disability, anger management, anxiety, building self-confidence, various courses to help that individual get back to recovery, living a recovery-focused life, and it's a very, very, very calm place.
They also hold a graduation day every term to celebrate all the things the students have achieved whilst being at the college. This is encouraged as it gives students an opportunity to reflect on everything they have learned during their time there. Gemma Donaldson for Insight.
I had a great time this week meeting with the people who worked at Harmless, and they are holding some great events including arts and crafts, yoga and even a film night at Café Soba.
Oh, that sounds great. We hope you enjoyed this week's Insight. There is more on our website and you can join in the conversation on Twitter @InsightCBJ. Thanks.
Thank you, goodbye.